Thank you so much for being here. I'm Nathalie Mack, so I work for Akka. So it's we're global leader of consulting, engineering, and R&D services all around the world. We recently merged with the Adecco Group, Modis. So we're about 50,000 people right now. And we've been working with RiseUp for 4 years now. It's our LMS. We have all sorts of content, on the platforms, and so yeah, we've been using it for a few years now. We have trainers, managers, and an admin team, of course, managing it. So today I'm here to talk about the collaboration between RiseUp and Microsoft Teams. So I'm just gonna a bit more context maybe on the company. So we're about 50,000 people now with the merger. And so, of course, like any companies, we have learning challenges, people to even log on the platform, to do more than mandatory training, all sorts of challenges that we're trying to work on. And that's why we created the Academy. So it's part of Akka. So we really focused on creating some learning programs in management, communication, intercultural management, all sorts of training, anything that's transversal. Otherwise, we'll leave local teams look after it. So yeah, RiseUp really helped us increasing the engagement of the learners because of the design. It's very user-friendly, very ergonomic. It's really good. And so they told us about this collaboration with Microsoft Teams, and they asked us to try it out. I think we were the first one to try it. So initially, why did we do that? Well, to face all of those challenges that we talked about, to increase retention, of course, to get some strategy in skill development, in develop competencies, incentives for the employees as well. We did. There was a very low rate of e-learning completion. Also, people just are not really interested, or they don't see the point of it. Live sessions were great, but online training, not. They don't know where to get the link, or they don't have time, or it's too difficult to access, all sorts of issues. So what could be better than integrating this LMS in a tool that every single employee of the company uses every single day? So we have Outlook and Microsoft Teams that everyone uses. So it was ideal. It was just ideal. Then the whole point of it was to make it part of the landscape, the normal landscape of the computer. When you open your computer, there's no credentials to put in. It's all in SSO matching. So it's so easy. It's the Teams open automatically, and then you have this little Square app says RiseUp, or you can customize it with your own logo, your own name company, or whatever you want to call it. So it's really part of what they see every day on a daily basis. So that was the whole point of it, to access learning quicker, to have access really quickly, so that there was no excuses, as in, I don't know where to find the training, or it takes me too much time to log in, or that kind of things. So we integrated this RiseUp app, and we tried it out. So on the app we have all of the training accessible. So all the assigned training, or that's on the catalog, or that's just in your training list. You have some legal documents with your certificates, your attendance sheets, some other documents that's very handy, so that the admin team don't have to send it. They have access to it, so less emails for the admin. And then you can even have, you have this tab, My Team. If you're a manager, if you manage a team on RiseUp, on the platform, you can look after the employees' progression, so your team members' progression, see who did what's left to do, and maybe remind them to finish this or that. So that's very handy. So that's the platform, and then you have this chatbot, virtual chatbot, Leah, it's called, that sends you also, you can see it here, some little reminders, some little messages on a daily basis, some weekly statistics. So this week you attended that kind of training, how much training, those live sessions. So the little informations that actually trigger people to actually have a look, because you'd have a little one, like it's a notification, so you're triggered by it and you want to go for it and say, oh, what's there? So yeah, it was really, really handy. So the objective really was to test on as many people as we could, but as I was saying in the beginning, we're in the middle of a merger. Well, we just merged, so everyone is very, very busy, and we didn't manage to get as many people as we wanted and to try it on longer, also as long as we wanted. But we did gather the team, so around 10-15 people in different countries. I gave them, so the aim was just to validate really the relevance of the platform and see if it really works and how it works and if it's really engaging or not. So that was the test. So the testing phase was really easy. Sorry. The setup phase, sorry, it was just how do you say it? Just saying, like, to the IT team to open the access to the Rise Up app on Microsoft Teams, and that was it. That was it, really. We just had to do that, and then anyone could go in the store, this store thing, and then download the app in 2 seconds. There was no more IT intervention, nothing. Like, it was just so easy. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not opening up. It's fine. It's all right. It was just the SSO was automatic. There was nothing to do on that side either. Really easy. I'm not going to spend much time on that because it was so easy. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. So I gave a few weeks to this team to test the platform. I told them, click everywhere, try everything, just, have a look, what works, what doesn't work, what's handy, what's not handy, what can be improved, what's really what could be useful for us as a team member, as a learner. So that was the whole point of it. So they had a few weeks to do that, and it was unanimously positive. The feedback were really good. It was, of course, we didn't have as much time as we wanted to have an actual impact on the learners' engagement, but even the few weeks that they had, they said that they were actually triggered by the notifications, by this Rise Up app, that it was almost normal at the end, that it was part of the environment, and it wasn't surprising at all at the end, and that it was, they were curious, because we have different kind of learners. We have those ambassadors kind of who really love training, and they will log on the platform all the time and see what's new, and anytime there's a new training, they'll go on it and have fun. And then we have those curious ones that log in just to have a look what's out there, but don't actually always do those training. And then we have those who hate it or don't like training at all, and will do only the mandatory ones. So we're kind of looking initially to reach those two last kind of person, to get those to engage more, to be more attracted by the platform. And so yeah, we realized that microlearning was a bit more effective because of, it's inside the Teams app. So it's a smaller screen compared to the web version, of course. So for microlearning, for short content, quite easy, but easy or not, we could have articulate storylines, SCORM, we could have videos, Geniali, Powtoons, a lot of different formats that they were all perfect there. We could visualize them all perfectly. YouTube videos, access to Udemy, and then we have all text and quizzes. We could have access to all the assessments of the satisfaction surveys. You have access to all of it, like if you were on the web version, literally. So it was really good. It's just because maybe the screen is a bit smaller than the web version, it's maybe easier for kind of micro-learning, short kind of doses of training here and there. On the mobile application, it's very handy too. It's really good. So we had very good feedback about that. We had the learners who said that they were triggered by the reminders, by the chat box talking. We really had definitely people that were curious. They were even more curious, and they get closer to the ambassador, persona. And then the people who only do the mandatory training might go up to the curious stage. So it's not perfect because we won't get ambassadors all over the company, of course, but it's still better. It's still better. It improves the engagement. They said we have it just there. We don't have to look for the link. We don't have to ask anyone to access it. It's there. It's in Microsoft Teams. It's open all day. They talk to people there, and if they want to go on it, they have a little here, this little thing on the side where you can, if you don't like something or you want to go on the platform, you can go directly on the platform here. So again, no link. So very handy. It looks less overwhelming also because of the, you have so many things on the computer, all the catalog and all the options that you have. Here it's a bit more, it's easier, it's simple. You have this training to do, it's going to say this training, live sessions, great, because it opens in Microsoft Teams. If you put the link in Rise Up, it's connected to a Teams meeting. You can open it and it stays in the same environment. You don't have to open anything else. You don't have to change your interface. You don't have, so all in the same place. It's really great. Also, it makes it easier for all the admin parts because less emails asking for legal documents or the attendance sheets if you need it, certificates, convocations. Oh, where is it? You have to log on the platform, but I don't have the link or my password. I'll go on it and then I'll go directly on the web platform with all the information you need. So no more excuses for learners not to have access to it, definitely. So yeah, it was a really good tool, definitely, that we recommend for potential maybe future features. That'd be great. Maybe an admin tool that'd be integrated in the platform. Right now it's only for learners and group managers. So that would be really great. They're looking at it as well. And maybe we were thinking also, because we're in Teams, so while we're looking at a training, we might have some notifications, pop-ups, people talking to us. So maybe have like an automatic do not disturb status thing, or different things that could be interesting to develop, and they have it in mind. They've been working with Microsoft Teams for a while now, and there's so much potential to it. So yeah, the whole point of that is that we have to adapt to the learners, and that's the whole point of this exhibition, finding solutions to get closer to the learners, adapt to their environment, because now that's the whole thing. There's so much competition. It's a great incentive. There's just a few companies now doing that. Microsoft Teams collaborated with Rise Up and just a few other LMSs, I think. So it's very new. There's so much potential, and it's really show that by integrating this training in the work environment of the employees, it's just makes everything easier, simple, and quicker. So great engagement from the employees, for sure. Do you have any questions? Yeah? Yes?
How well did they work on like a mobile phone instead of a laptop? Did it still have the same level of functionality and ease of use?
Yes, so the question was about mobile, if it's as easy as the computer, and yes, we tested it on the mobile phone as well. So of course the screen is smaller because the phone is smaller, but otherwise everything works the same. You have the chat box, you have all the reminders, and you have access to all of the catalog, you have the list of training, you can access the web page, same. Really well, yeah. Anything else? All good? Well, thank you very much.